Gardens are all dug up for the year. All the tropical plants are getting ready to go in the house or in the garage. Some of them are already there. But today's video I wanted to go through bubble wrapping the greenhouse. So this is always my November chore, and this is the second year I've had this greenhouse. So the bubble wrap was already in the basement and already pre-cut for me. But we're going to do this last one together. I wanted to take on a little tour in there first and show you the bubble wrapping. Probably a bit of a mess in there, but we'll go have a look. I bubble wrap inside and outside where I can. I'm not too strict on bubble wrapping like totally the outside or totally the inside. Some pieces get missed, but for the most part, I just want to show you this. So this is, of course, on the outside is one big sheet, which is really two sheets, but I taped it into one big sheet. Didn't have to do any measuring this year because it was already pre-cut. All I did was tape it up. You can see I even labeled it last spring when I took it off, which was brilliant, so I knew which was which. So this piece, it's not totally up yet, but it's almost up. It just needs a few more pieces of tape, and I use that clear box tape on it, and it holds it through the winter just enough. I've never had it let loose, but you can see this piece as well. I marked here where the door was when I took it down last year. It was just perfect. So everything went up very fast. It's quite early in the morning, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Sun's just starting to hit the corner of the greenhouse, but it was a cold light night last night, and I have a bit of free time today, so I wanted to show you what I'm doing in here. Now, I totally forgot to turn off any fans before we came in, so I'm going to try to do that now. Bear with me. You can see the lights are on in the greenhouse. Got my winter lighting up. That's a totally different video as well. Misting system overhead is off, and yeah, here's another fan. I just gotta turn off. Bear with me there. Try to get it as quiet in here as possible for you. But we're talking about the bubble wrap today, so it really saves on the heating bill. Ever since I've been bubble wrapping, yeah, it's always been, it's so much easier to do the outside, but the inside seems to be more effective. If you had to do just one, I would do the inside. It seems like trapping the heat in is better than letting it get through the polycarbonate. I find the inside traps the heat in and the outside traps the cold out. So the inside is super easy. Again, these pieces are already pre-cut for me because I had them from last year. But when it is a moist polycarbonate like this, the bubble wrap just sticks to the water and you don't have to do anything with it as long as it's just on a vertical wall. So it was really easy. I just gave these things a quick clean before I put it up. While it was still damp, I just stuck them in place and they just stick there. Super easy this year because they were pre-cut from last year. So you can see on this one here, you can see bubble wrap inside and outside. So I have double protection. It really works quite well. Now the fogger just kicked on, so I'm going to quickly turn this off. As I say, I kind of forgot to prep the greenhouse for filming. If you guys follow the greenhouse at all, you know I have a warm zone and a cool zone, so we're going to be insulating the outside on the warm zone. The warm zone is the south end of the greenhouse, gets the most sun. And what I've been doing is at nighttime I roll this down, and it's clear vinyl, creates a barrier. And the only heat I have in here, I got this new heater. It's just sort of a garage barrel heater, they call it, and it seems to be holding up okay. I mean, a shop heater that plugs into the normal outlets, 1500 watts max anyways. This thing's like 1200 watts. You can see some bubble wrap still needing to go up in this corner over there. It's a really tough corner to get to, so I do it last. I didn't even have to remove my plants for the bubble wrap because it's cut into the exact size sheets. I just started threading it up behind the plants there and just pulled it up and got it a little higher and pulled it up and got it a little higher. And I was on my step ladder in here and I pulled it up, and then you can just smooth it out against the moist polycarbonate and it sticks. So this is a room that we're really wanting to insulate because I'd rather, if I'm going to lose heat, I want to lose it this way into the cooler side, because the cooler side at this point doesn't even have a heater in. It's just transferring the heat from over here and it kind of leaks out. It's not an airtight thing, nor do I want it to be. I want the heat to bleed out this way, but I want it to heat up this nice and warm first. So for example, last night this greenhouse, or this side of the greenhouse, was about 66 to 68 Fahrenheit, or about 18 Celsius. And this side over here, it got down to, it was pretty cold last night, hence why I'm motivated to get this bubble wrap up. This got down to about 52, 53 in here, which is perfect for the highland plants and the plants that like it a little cooler. So that's about 13 Celsius. And all these guys love it, so it's no big deal over here. One of the questions that I had for myself was, is heating this small space warmer going to be more expensive than last year heating the whole space? Last year I tried to maintain the whole thing at 55 to keep everything moderately happy. Most of the orchids were just barely happy. You don't want it to go much below 55 for orchids. Some orchids like it much warmer than that, like my Vandas and stuff like that, are going to be much happier this year. And so far the heater has not struggled at all, because it is only a quarter of the greenhouse that it's heating nice and warm, and then it just bleeds out to the rest. So I'm able to track my usage with some devices that have been hooked up to it, so I know exactly how many hours a day it's on, what time it's on, what time it's off, that sort of thing. But anyways, why don't we go back outside now that you sort of have an idea of the bubble wrap. I've already cut it. How it sticks to the inside is super easy. The outside I use box tape, and I've had no issues with it whatsoever. So I'm using my pre-cut piece from last year that is labeled with the front wall of the greenhouse, which is, I consider this the front wall because it's the south wall. I'm gonna have to get my step ladder out because that corner is about 9.5, 10 feet high. This corner is about 7.5 feet high. I can reach this one quite easily, but I wouldn't be able to reach 6 inches higher. This pulley system here, that is just for my shade cloth in the summertime. I have it so I can put the thing up and take it down very easily. That's basically just going to stay where it is, I think. No reason to really move it. I'll just bury it in the bubble wrap there. So why don't I set you up on a tripod over by the pond, and hopefully from there you'll be able to get a good shot of what I'm doing, and it's not going to be too close to me working. We'll see how it goes. Okay, hopefully you can see me and everything okay. You can't see my knees, but that's okay. I have got the box tape out. That's all I'm using to anchor it. I've got a few pieces cut already. It just makes it easier. And this is a big piece, and I need this whole thing to be able to be done by myself when I need to, because sometimes I need it done in a timely fashion, and I can't wait for help. So the rattling or crinkling might be a little bit annoying. I did put on here front wall top right, so up there. So we're going to make sure it fits up there and just put it all up really quick. So what I might do is just sort of, I don't know, maybe fast forward this video, maybe show it in double time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so that probably took 6 minutes altogether, and basically now, so that whole wall is good. I'll go around and I'll do up the seams quite tight so that no air can get in and around, just with big long strips that go along it. And then that wall is done as well. It's gone up a little bit over the roof, and then I have one more sheet that I can't do by myself that does the whole roof. I like to do the roof last because it gets the sun, and as you can see, the sun's starting to hit this now. So the roof is definitely in the sun up there, and the sun is going to warm it during the day. A few closing thoughts sort of on this is I'm doing the south wall last because it is the sunniest. I try to do the shaded spots first. So in the fall, when a piece of the greenhouse no longer gets sun, then it gets bubble wrapped up, because at that point it's not letting in any heat energy, it's just letting it out. So I sort of work my way from the back and usually come up to the front, and this is always the last one that comes off. It's always the first one that it's always the last one that goes on, and always the first one that comes off, other than the roof itself for the bubble wrap. But anyways, I hope you like this video. The sun's definitely coming out, it's starting to shine in my eyes through the trees there, and within another hour or so this is going to be a nice bright full sun. And you know, the sun does travel through 2 layers of bubble wrap fairly easily, so no different than well, it's definitely 2 layers of bubble wrap is a lot less than shade cloth in the summertime. So the direct sun is still going to make it nice and bright in there, and I do have the supplemental light in the back where the sun doesn't hit directly. But anyways, I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.